In today's lesson, we're going to be comparing and ordering integers and other rational numbers. Remember, rational numbers are any number that can be written as a over b, or basically any decimal number or fraction or whole number. Okay, let's get started. Example 1. The record low temperatures for a town in Maine for January are negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. In February, negative 19 degrees Fahrenheit. Order the numbers from least to greatest. We really need to pay attention when we're ordering things if it wants at least to greatest or greatest to least. A lot of times they will switch it up on you just to see if you are confused. And it says also to explain how you arrived at the order. Okay, I think I'm going to start with understanding what I've got here. I've got January at negative 20 and February at negative 19. All right, I'm going to draw a number line, and I'm going to do a vertical number line because when I think of temperature, I think of like a thermometer, and it goes up and down. So I'm going to start here as 0. And I don't need to draw every little line in between. I could, 1, 2, 3, 4, but I could go on for a long time. So I'm going to go down, and the first number I'm going to come to is 19. And since I'm below 0, it's going to be a negative 19. Below that is a negative 20. And I know that because it's just like a regular number line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, continuing 19, 20. Okay, because they're negative, they're below 0, or because they're below 0, they're negative. Okay, I need to order them from the least to the greatest. Now, if we're on a downward look here, the farther I am away from 0, the less it is, because I'm away going down. So the least number is negative 20, because it's below. Then comes negative 19. So my answer is, in order from least to greatest, negative 20, negative 19. That tells me that January is colder than February. All right. Henry, Janin, and Clark are playing a card game. The object of the game is to finish with the most points. The scores at the end of the game are Henry, negative 7, Janin, 0, and Clark, negative 5. Who won the game? So who won? Who came in last? And who lost? Use a number line model and explain how you arrived at your answer. Okay, well, let's make a number line. Our number line needs to go at least from negative 7, and our positives, we only need to go to 0. So let's make our number line. And let's start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How about that? Let's put our 0 here. I don't see any number greater than 0, so it's not going to go above that. So this would be negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good thing I didn't go any farther, huh? Okay. Now, I know that there is a point at negative 7, there's a point at 0, and there's a point at negative 5. Now, for me, my explanation of how I arrive at my answer is I'm going to, because I want to figure out not just what order it is, but who won and who came in last, who these people are, who are these dots. So negative 7 was Henry, so I'm going to go ahead and name this dot Henry. It will help me remember in order. Negative 5 was Clark, and 0 points was Janin. Okay, now the name of the game. The object of the game is to finish with the most points. So who won? Well, looking at this, the greatest is always to the right. Janin won. So my answer is Janin won. And then who came in last? Well, the fewest points would be last, and that would be Henry. That's how I came at my answer. Now this is my explanation So if my teacher was looking at this to check it, she could tell for sure what my reasoning was, because I can see that Henry is here, Clark is here, and Janin is here. Now, I could write a little explanation. Janin is farthest to the right, so therefore he had the most points and won. Henry is farthest to the left, meaning he had the least amount of points and he was last. Okay, let's move on and try another example. All right. Sam has $10 in the bank. He owes his friend Hank $2.25. He owes his sister $1.75. Consider the three rational numbers related to the story of Sam's money. Write and order them from least to greatest. All right, I don't want to draw a number line. I'm kind of tired of that. So we're going to try a different method here. Okay, if I look at these numbers, if he has $10 in the bank, that is a positive 10. He has $10. If he owes money, if you owe money, you have a negative balance. So this amount right here is a negative amount because he owes it. And he owes his sister this much. So this is also a negative amount. All right, so let's see if we could put them in order. We want to go from least to greatest. All right, well, looking at them, I know that this number is the only positive number, so it has to be greatest. So I'm going to put that over here. I'll put my answer on this side. 10 is the greatest number. Now, looking at these two, I like to think of absolute value. If they were positive, I know that 2 point something is farther away from 0 than 1 point something. So if they were positive, 2 would be farther to the right. Because they're negative, they're still the same distance from 0, just in the opposite direction. So 2 is farther to the left. So this number is the least number because it's the farthest to the left of 0 based on absolute value. That makes this one in the middle. Oops, 1.75. And that is a very bad lining up there, but you get the idea. Farthest from 0 to the left, next farthest, and then this is farthest to the right because it is the only positive number. So in order from least to greatest. All right, let's take a look at our last example. This is Jason is entering college and has opened a checking account, which he will be using for college expenses. His parents gave him $200 to deposit into the account. Okay, so we're going to make a deposit of $200. Let me switch colors here. We're going to make a $200 deposit. Deposit means you're adding money, so it is positive. Jason wrote a check for $85. He's taking money out. He's subtracting money from his account to pay. So that's a negative. So I'm going to go ahead and write these numbers down as I'm going. This is a positive 200. That's a negative $85 because he's paying. He's taking it out of his account to pay for his calculus book, and a check for $25.34 to pay for miscellaneous school supplies. Again, he's taking it out of his checking account, so it's a negative number. So negative 25.34. All right. Write the three rational numbers related to the balance in Jason's checking account in order from greatest to least. Okay, using the same logic that I used up here, I have one positive number. I know that's going to be my greatest number because it's positive. It's the only positive number. If there was more than one positive number, then I would know I would have to figure out the absolute value. When there's only one positive number with negatives, the positive is always greater. Okay, looking again at absolute value, distance from 0. The farthest to the left is the least. 85 and 25, I'm looking just at the whole number here. I know that 85 is farther from 0. So it's farther to the left. That's going to be my least amount. So negative 25.34 is second in our order, and our least is $85. All right, that's our last example for ordering and comparing rational numbers and integers. If you have any questions, you know the drill. Put them in your ISN.